After all the journeys that I've been through, this one's kind of cool. I've lived a lot of different lives over my lifetimes. Memories that aren't just bodies, memories that aren't just mine, memories that come deep from within the soul. Experiences after experiences after experiences. Gets kind of hard to love some certain people in this world, especially when you're just gonna leave and then come back to another life, another body, trying to preach the same message over and over and over again. Seeming like you get nowhere, lifetime after lifetime, book after book you write. Even through all the different ethnicities and races and cultures, try to be a man of the people, preach the message in their way, the way they wish to hear it, and the body they wish to see it from. Yet the message sometimes seems to just go ignored. Try to figure out what way is correct and what ways are not over my lives. I've you know, obviously noticed that you can only plant a seed and let it grow. You can't force a seed to grow. So with certain things that are more complicated, you have to let them sit inside a soul and let it grow over lifetime after lifetime if needed. Because some messages are very hard to learn. I know that myself. I'm sure some of you do too. It's not easy. Sometimes you don't learn things the first time or the second time. Sometimes the universe has to beat you a little bit to get you to understand. It's funny because I was watching the movie The Passion of the Christ by Mel Gibson the other day. There was this little snippet where Yahshua, Jesus, was getting beat and dragged. And as he felt that, he like blipped into another universe or another reality that was the complete opposite, but the same, where he's getting fanned, praised, loved. It's kind of like as above, as below. I thought that was interesting, kind of hit me in a different way. Because a lot of things in reality are that way. They're either the bottom or the top of a feeling, you know? It's either the high or the low. And I think it's interesting because it's like a wave. When you look at everything, everything comes back to being a wave. Sound, languages, sound. It's just a wave. The wave flows. The most interesting characters seem to be the ones that know how to ride the wave anymore. As the waves get harder and harder to ride, it seems that certain ones fall. Waves seem to get more intense throughout these years. You can see the ones that succumb to the darkness below. You can no longer ride on top. It's not their fault. It's no one's fault. It's just how the world goes. It's weeding out, and I would say the evil. All I want is just the simple things in life. A horse to ride with no name. Small piece of land. Don't gotta be much. It's enough to grow some. Not enough to be ag. 7 acres would be perfect. Anything above 10 acres. Oh, I'd know exactly what to do. I think because some of us do. No matter what life we're brought into, we know exactly kind of what needs to be done, what can be done if needed. I think some of us have the access to the what they call what the Akashic records or Christ consciousness, or I don't know, just some form of where you can gather all knowledge of all men of all time. What are you, a blue jay over there? Yeah, I'm blessed by a blue jay right now. A white and blue tail. You hear that? That's a blue jay. I don't know if you can, but thank you. I just feel like birds are messengers from the Most High. What a glorious thing it would be to be able to fly, you know? Just to flap those wings and, man, just move in ways that are just so smooth and delightful. The way they coast around in the air, the way they use the wind. It's so beautiful and majestic to watch. It's hard to find something else that's as beautiful as watching a bird fly. I don't know what it is. My obsession with the phoenix, that's what it is. Oh, what are you? Oh, you're a little sparrow. Oh, they're little guys. They're like this big. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I don't know. It's the little things in life. But watching a bird coast around, man, through the trees too, when they swoop in through the vines, switching so much, or them come coasting down. Even watching geese come coasting down and I don't know. I find those things interesting. Over where I'm at, it's morel season, so I do want to do some hunting today. Maybe find a few things. I'm not sure. There's a couple mushrooms that I found already. They kind of already dead. They must popped up like 2 days ago or a couple days ago. But oh, look at you fly. There's a huge cliff over here, so it's just all just downhill. So it's a whole open area with trees. So it's just watching the birds. This is a perfect area to watch the birds fly. You can see there's a bunch of nests hanging out over here in these trees. It's kind of a hidden area, one line. Gonna have to travel down some train tracks for a good mile before you get to like an entrance. And then even though you don't even know, there's no entrance. It's just a random path. You just gotta go up the path. You just gotta know where the path is. I'm a big fan of Alan Watts. I think he's one that understands the universe and understands the path, the way. Along with Carl Jung. I think I love reading Carl Jung. Carl Jung seems to just understand the complexity of the unconscious and the more hidden things that too many people are afraid to go through or try to understand because it's a complex and a very, like Alan Watts said, taboo subject that a lot of people that they just don't, it's not a path they're wanting to walk, and I think a lot of people are more scared than anything. I think over time it has changed, but I do think a lot of people, it's just scary for them to just go inside and look inside themselves. I find that funny with JC, old old Yahweh. He he the way he talked about things and the way he said things, I think if you understand the symbolism of it, then you'll understand what he's saying. But if you take things so literally, it's hard because it's a give and take. It's something that is only left by only understood by the few, because it is a hidden language that comes beyond before language itself. That's what I think a lot of people don't grasp when we talk symbolism. They just think these symbols and just these inner things, but it goes beyond this. It goes back to the beginning. That's why you see the same symbols and the same cultures all around the world, and it's not just here. You would find those same symbols, I'm sure, on other developing uh, Earths and like planets and other places like that with developing species. I'm sure you'd find almost the same symbols too. And I think it's just because it is the it's the path of the evolution of the of God creating itself. It's the circle. It's the snake eating itself. It's the infinity spinning in the infinity way. It's the torus fields spiraling up and out back in within itself. It is the it. I think in due time, more people are waking up to being able to put these things together and to be able to consciously understand and see what a lot of ancient ones have been speaking about this whole entire time. Because you have to be able to take all the puzzle pieces from all the different cultures, religions, look at them, look at them with a free mind, understand them, try to at the best you can, and then you make a full circle back to you know, where it is, and I think it comes back to Jesus and Yahweh, and I think it comes back to the Holy Bible. As much as I've gone around, I've gone through everything, and I'm not saying all those are wrong, but for some reason the Bible has the most symbolism hidden within it to teach you the way if culture and everything else falls. There is enough math and hidden astronomy and hidden astrological symbolism and hidden deep knowledge that within that one book you'll be able to find the others. Within finding the others, you can make the full circle back to the book. I think it is the handbook of life that people like me and others have tried to leave because we knew that out of all the books that may disappear, this is the only one that would stand the test of time. And I think the future, the ones that could see into the future in a way with astral projection or clairvoyance or whatever other may beautiful powers be out there with meditation. I think I think enough people will just be able to make the full circle back, and they'll see how this one was built off of the others, because for this one to run, the others had to walk, and that's really how it was. Because if you look at Jesus, my favorite things is what I started with, and I've gotten down to, is how he went through big into Buddhist teachings. Like he studied big into the Buddhist teachings, and you can see it. That's why I love Alan Watts so much, because it entangles Alan Watts with that, and Alan Watts is like a free preacher just like he is. like he was. And Alan Watts has done great things. And I think his understanding for connecting the dots and also his understanding of Zen and Buddhism, I think is what has bridged that gap for me. And then, understanding Carl Jung to grasp a lot of other hidden things and other symbolism and meanings. And then, you go over to the other, you know, other religions. You hit into the Celtics a little bit. You go into the Aborigines in Australia. You surf around. You go to the African cultures of Zimbabwe, and down there in the deep. And then you can go a little more northern with the Egyptian gods. And learn the Book of the Dead. There's so much. And then you go to Peru, you learn from the shamans in the Amazon jungle and learn about ayahuasca and the vine of the soul. Try a little bit of that, understand a little bit. Go to Mexico and learn their ways with the um so with the Mayan cultures and other things like that. And also the deep understanding of plant knowledge, and also papaya, and mushrooms, and we can go on and on. You go to the lands of the Native Americans and their understanding of really everything. We get down to that one. We'll go down that rabbit hole another time. But it's the same. You go, no matter where you go, there's so much learning to do about each individual culture. But as you do, you start to see how the web was built. And at the center of the web, you know you really get to it, and it's you see that Jesus is really smart about what he did. And feel like I'm like best friends with Buddha, Shiva, over in India. That's another one. Shiva, you go even Zoroastrianism. And that's one thing that Jesus always it's where he got a lot of the holy light it from. And because in Zoroastrianism, uh it's about this eternal burning fire that has been burning since the beginning of time, that they have yet to ever let go out. And for me, with the identification a lot with the Phoenix, and how the Phoenix is and everything about that. The eternal fire is kind of what I see as the holy light, in a way. I mean, it's kind of like, almost in a way, you know, Ra, our sun god, you know, because it's what deems us light for now.